All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna let you go ahead and kick your facts, Howard.
Michael, I feel that LeBron James is the greatest all around, great ball player. Longevity, they want to take that away from him, but you think 100% of the plays are. Next, the guy is not a score first guy. Don't get me wrong. Michael Jordan is the greatest guy to score the basketball. He will always be that. But not only, and it's not the only thing. Several different as far as assists, rebounds, game. I get the numbers. What I'm done for the game far exceed his 6 championships. I know we want to highlight those 6 rings, and I was there. I watched every game. I didn't miss a game. You couldn't go YouTube it. You couldn't pull it up on the internet. You had to add action and watch every commercial. You couldn't VR it. You couldn't go back and look at it. You only saw the highlights that came news. So for those reasons, those are my number reasons I feel LeBron has surpassed Michael Jordan as the greatest of all times.
All right. Thank you. You notice, it's a lot of feel. I feel that he surpassed. I feel that when you look at first play different there, you understand that. Michael Jordan played tougher era where defense was emphasized, right? So teams had to buckle down. So for you to get points, it was tough. I said this, I believe it was the 21-22 season or so. Said like 90% of LeBron James points came in garbage time. Garbage time.
You don't put 40,000. You don't score 40,000 points in garbage.
I gave you 40. You were doing a lot of feelings and a lot of your likes. I didn't interrupt you. I gave you that courtesy.
You have to take that into 40,000 points.
That courtesy, if you don't mind, please. I'm about to get to some factual things that just destroy that nonsense. 15 games. Correct. 15 games. Right? My junior, 15 games in the playoffs. He smoked them. 60 wins. Smoked them. James, he is not at the same level. He was on the team. He's supposed to win. He won. No excuses. He didn't blame his teammates. 2011 in the finals, in the biggest stage of this is it. Dallas, the Miami Heat was up 2-1 against Dallas Mavericks. I know because I was rooting for the Mavericks. Yes. I spent 2 weeks in the next organization. I have a personal affiliation. I'm rooting from. I still rock my Maverick jersey. But my point is, LeBron's up 2-1. 2-1 in the finals. He proceeded to score 8 points. 8 points in an entire finals game. Subsequently, they ended up losing out. They didn't win another. You would never see that in Michael Jordan's resume.
I know what I did see, sir.
Please tell me.
What I did is Michael Jordan never beat any dynasty. He didn't beat Larry Bird. He didn't beat the Showtime Lakers. His first championship, he only won against the Lakers because A, no Kareem. B, James Worthy's hurt. That's his first championship. Did he beat them before then when they were the Showtime Lakers? He couldn't even get out of the first round, sir. LeBron carried a subpar 2007 with Larry Hughes, Boobie Gibson, and Anderson Varejao, Drew Gooden. He carried that team to the finals against the all-time great Spurs. Yes, he got swept, but Jordan never made it there.
That's a footnote. Yes, he got swept. Yes, he got swept. But let me see. Okay, so you said something about Jordan. He never won against the greats. Michael Jordan dropped 63 points.
Lost.
In a losing effort, right? But you just named a bunch of. Can you name one person on that damn Bulls team? They were all cokeheads.
He lost. He took an.
He lost early on. So LeBron didn't even make the playoff. He didn't even make the playoff at all.
I can count.
Right? He didn't make the playoff at all his first year, did he?
No. No, he didn't.
But you blaming somebody that lost in the playoff. That
Michael,
he lost in the playoff as if you. But when your guy loses, doesn't even win a game in the finals after he's already established that he's one of the best.
But where did he lose at? He lost in the finals, not in the first round, not in the second round,
he's the first loser.
Not in the third round. He lost in the finals, and at the time,
when my guy started winning, he didn't stop. In fact, how many times has your guy got a three-peat?
Never.
Oh,
never. But
let me ask you: how often has a three-peat been done in the NBA?
Who did he beat? Let's name them.
Whoa. Let me. Who did he beat?
The finals.
He beat NBA players. He beat NBA teams that were placed.
Let's go number one. The first finals. Who was it?
Lakers.
Okay. Who was on that team?
The great Magic Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, you mentioned that Worthy was hurt.
Yeah, let
me tell you something. I'm not like the man doesn't make excuses on the roster that you put in front of him. He just beats whoever's in front of him. Your guy loses. Doesn't matter if the guy's hurt or not. Then he cries about it. Oh, it's my coach fault. It's the It's the general manager. It's the fans' fault.
Show me on record where LeBron has ever. Find me a statement and post where LeBron has blamed his coach.
Oh, besides getting him fired. Well, shit. But I mean, what other blame is it when
no. Fired? LeBron. That's what you Jordan fans do. Y'all say LeBron's blaming people, but you can't go on Google, you can't go on social media and find one statement where he said, "Oh, we lost because Spoelstra didn't do this."
Our first year in Miami, we had a big three, and everyone said it's a super team this, super team that. But we had to build our team around all minimum guys, which was still okay, but we didn't fill out the complimentary guys enough. Yeah, we had Rio, we had Udonis, but we didn't have enough as far as enough complimentary guys to actually make it all work. And we still made it to the finals. And we still probably should have won the finals, but I still give credit to you. Listen, it is what it is.
To LeBron's credit, he admitted that the 2011 finals was his worst series ever, but to say that your team wasn't good enough after assembling the big three and getting on stage saying the Miami Heat were going to win 7 championships.
Not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
Is a crazy statement and just a flat-out excuse. Your team was good enough from the very beginning. That's why you made it to the finals, and you would have won if you just played better.
It is so apparent that no matter what you did, we just had an advantage.
Yeah. Never practiced anything besides 2 bigs, a point guard, a small forward, and a shooting guard. And then, fuck, you guys win. And it's like, we've geared up all, we had Big Z, Anderson Varejao, myself, Delonte, and Mo Williams. I mean, you guys are out there with Dwight, Rashard, Hedo, Jameer, Pietrus,
Courtney Lee.
You guys are out there with what the league is to now.
You know what, looking back on that team that I think was so important, because I talk about this all the time now, Jameer Nelson could shoot threes out of pick and roll.
Yeah.
So Jameer Nelson was out for that entire series, which means the Orlando Magic didn't have their all-star point guard. It was essentially LeBron and role players versus Dwight Howard and role players. And Dwight Howard won. To go down the line and basically blame all of your teammates for not being as good as the other team is a crazy excuse. I mean, that's what this video is about. So this built-in excuse comes from a mysterious foot injury right before the playoffs.
What was the injury you're dealing with?
The injury I was dealing with? I tore a tendon in my foot.
And that's normally longer than a 4-week recovery process.
It is.
When did you get a sense of you would have a plan to get you back faster than what the normal kind of routine is on that?
When the doctors told me I was healing faster than anybody I've seen before with the injury.
Get started.
What's the challenge mentally and emotionally after you lose such a heartbreaking game?
I mean, yeah, of course it's a heartbreaking game. You don't ever want to lose in that fashion. I don't understand what's going on in the replay center, to be honest. I think I said it this year or last year or whatever. D'Lo clearly gets hit in the face on a drive. Replay center is going to go. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It bothers me. Sorry I didn't answer your question, but that shit is like.
First question, Joe on the left side, second row.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. LeBron, we're just learning about your hand injury, and we can obviously see the brace. Can you take us through what happened and if it caused you any problems over the final 3 games?
Post game after game 1, very emotional. For a lot of different reasons, understanding how important a game 1 is on the road for our ball club. What would that done for us? The way we played, the calls that was made throughout the course of that game. And I had emotions on, the game was taken away from us. I had emotions of, you just don't get an opportunity like this on the road. I let the emotions get the best of me and pretty much played the last 3 games with a broken hand. So,
out of all of LeBron's excuses, this one is definitely his best. And it's because it has multiple layers. First, he's blaming the loss on his hand that's supposedly broken, but he's also blaming J.R. Smith, who made such a brutal mistake in Game 1, it caused LeBron to break his own hand. Either way, it's not his fault. It's not LeBron's fault for losing the finals, and it's not his fault for injuring himself. Total genius.
Obviously,
but we lost because
show me when a bank robber stands up in court and says, "I robbed that bank. I robbed that bank." Man, he's not going to get up there and say it's the coach's fault that we lost. The media is going to criticize him. But you know what he does? He undermines the coaches. He undermines the coaches when he makes certain statements.
Nothing on record to suggest that, sir. There's nothing on record to suggest that. You can't find it.
Okay. I'm not going to find LeBron criticizing his coaches. Criticize. Okay. Well, I'll give you a specific statement. I'll give you a specific, he went to Pat Riley and suggested to Pat Riley that he fire Eric Spoelstra. 15 games into the season.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. What was Eric Spoelstra's credentials at the time? Where'd he come from?
He was an assistant coach before with the Heat. Then he was elevated.
What was his job before he started coaching?
He was an assistant coach with the Heat. And then before that, they let him break down film. They let him break down film before. Pat Riley
was the film guy, right? And he was also connected by who?
Pat Riley, of course.
And married to who?
Well, he was married to the cheerleader. He was married to a cheerleader.
To who?
What do you mean married to who? Like, what are you talking about?
He was connected to the GM of Miami.
Who?
That's how he got
cheerleader?
the job.
You talking about the cheerleader?
Yes.
Get out of here. She was a dancer. She was a Miami Heat dancer.
Daughter.
Ain't nobody cared about that dancer.
He did not have those credentials, sir. He did not.
Well, okay. So it's all about credentials. So what you're telling me is all about credentials. What credentials did JJ Redick have?
None. He doesn't.
But it's totally acceptable now.
You know what credentials he has? He played in the NBA. He actually was a player.
Let me tell you something. This is how the NBA works. Relax for a minute.
I'm relaxed.
This is how the NBA works, right? You're talking about what credentials does he have? Eric Spoelstra breaking down film for the NBA is more certified to coach an NBA team than a freaking coach. Somebody's been coaching high school and college coach for the last 5 years.
So you tell me this then. How many film guys are coaches and how many NBA players are coaches? Who just led?
It depends if they want to go.
No. Let me finish. Who just led their team to the NBA Finals? Was it not one Jason Kidd, a Hall of Famer, the same guy that controlled that 2011 team that he crashed on? And I'll give you that. LeBron had a bad performance, and they talk about that.
Do you know who was guarding? Do you know who was guarding? LeBron.
He conceded
J.J.
to
Barea. J.J. Barea and Jason
Go
Terry.
watch the game. J.J. Barrera didn't guard LeBron. Daniel Stevenson guarded LeBron. The same guy that guarded Kobe and swept Kobe. The same guy that guarded KD and knocked him out.
Now you see the deflection.
That guy guarded LeBron.
You're trying to validate LeBron scoring 8 points in a finals game by bringing up Kobe. You know why you brought up Kobe?
Did not get swept?
Because Kobe is validation. For your foot. Nobody's ever going to be like, let me tell you something.
No one talks
if
about
I'm in an argument, with a Kobe fan, and I'm particularly not even a Kobe fan, I'll be honest with you. I like Kobe as a human being. I think Kobe was one of the greatest players ever, right?
And he got swept.
As a Laker fan, I was displeased with Kobe and the Shaq situation, right? And I have to be honest with you. There was a time where I despised Kobe, right? But if I'm in an argument, and I've been in arguments where I'm telling someone, why I dislike Kobe, and they were like, you have to put it to the side because of this, right? Nobody's ever going to validate an argument and show and be like, hey, but you know what? Remember that LeBron got swept by the same person that you're trying to tell me that, if he's did it against Kobe, it's validation. If he did it against LeBron, everybody does it against LeBron. Hell, he's been swept more times, than somebody that working in the kitchen in late hours. You know what I mean? You gotta bring out the broom once in a while, and that's LeBron when he gets in the finals, especially if he doesn't have another superstar to rely on, he just throws up. You punch him in the mouth, he throws his hands up in the air.
Who has the most playoff wins of any player ever?
Who's played the longest, most player any player ever?
Kobe played 21 years, 20 years. Kareem played 20 years.
You know what the difference is? This is what you have to look at, right? Let me answer your question, because you throw a lot of numbers, right? And if you don't break down those numbers, it makes it look like it's legitimate numbers, right? Look what LeBron does. Look, this is the recipe. And if I'm wrong, tell me that I'm wrong, because this is what he's done to every single team, right? Cleveland, when he if you want to make the point for me, I'll let you make the point. Right. I know it's my show, but let me know when it's okay to talk. Because you seem to be, I'm trying to, make a point, and you're trying to jump in my head and jump out to the point, because you already know where I'm going with this. This clown kills every franchise, and then he leaves it. He doesn't stay there and build, right? He doesn't stay there and build a team. He jumps, because he's like, oh, I'm going to go team up with these guys. And as soon as he gets there, he starts working franchise. Let's trade for this. Let's trade for that. Let's trade for this. And 3-4 years, he's done with that, because he's ready to jump to another franchise. So, yeah, because every team knows the capability. Kobe could do that. He could have jumped from team to team and be like, oh, let me go find it. But you know what? As a basketball player, there's something where you dig in and you mold a player. And we're going to go get us a championship. Man, it's something else if you're a hired gun. That's why nobody respect KD coming to Golden State. And I mean, you respect KD because he's flawless, right? But and they nobody respect, like, we won before you got here, we don't win without you. That's how they felt. You just a hired gun. And they brought him in to shut down LeBron, because they was like, Draymond Green was too busy playing buddy with LeBron.
Not deal with it.
That's doing stupid shit.
That's why they put that team together, because they couldn't deal with him. The same reason why they put Boston together, because they couldn't deal with him. LeBron didn't start. You know what happened when they put teams together to deal with Jordan? When they put teams together to deal with Jordan, Jordan ran through them. What team
he didn't make excuses. He didn't say, "Oh, they had Jordan stopper." Like, this is what you forget. Like, every team, they had Jordan stopper. And everybody. No, you don't know basketball now. When I say Jordan stopper, he's supposed to go directly to Atlanta, and Dominique's little brother. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be the Jordan stopper. That was the first Jordan stopper, and Jordan started giving him 40 every time he saw him. Oh, okay, you're a Jordan stopper? I know I averaged 35, but I'm going to give you 45. How is that? Every Jordan stopper. That's why Brian Russell in the finals, was, he was cheesecake because, we knew what was going to happen. Oh, you supposed to be the next Jordan stopper. Okay. Well, Jordan gonna give you. That's why he's in every highlight film. We're
right
pushing
there.
him off to the side and take this.
Those guys comparable.
This is how you know what a goal is, right? Look in the stands when that nigga shoot the ball. When Jordan shoot the ball, every fan in Utah had their hand on their head, covering their eyes, because they knew that man does not miss when it comes down to crunch.
No one denies that he's the greatest scorer ever.
There's going to be a lot of that. Hey, let's pause that. Hey, pause for 1 minute.
Basketball.
Hey, that statement that you made, you're going to repeat that. You're going to repeat that about 20 more times by the time we're done. There's no denying he's the greatest of blah, blah, blah. There's no denying he's the greatest of blah, blah, blah. Let me go down the line and give you some.
You still need a team to win. You still need Steve Kerr to hit a big bucket. You still need Scottie Pippen to guard the best player. You still need Dennis Rodman getting all the rebounds. LeBron never.
You know what Jordan didn't need? Jordan didn't need to go team up with Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon. Jordan didn't need that. He was perfectly fine going through them cats. He didn't go team up with them.
Had the better team
and run around every day begging for new.
Jordan never faced an underdog situation, and when he did, he lost.
When? After he started winning, he never lost.
He never faced an underdog situation. When he did, he lost. He lost. When he faced Bird, he lost. When he faced Detroit at their top of the game, he lost, and he went and cried to the commissioner. They fouling me too hard, and here comes the flagrant foul. There was no flagrant foul until Jordan because he started crying.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched those games.
They were letting these. See. This is the funny thing about. This is the funny thing about LeBron fans.
Jordan had one-on-one.
Mr. Howard.
You know how LeBron plays and he switches, and then two other teammates cheat over into the lane so that he can't drive. Jordan didn't have to deal with that.
Oh my goodness! Do we have to show you pictures of LeBron playing defense? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you 5 reasons because I let you run off at the mouth about all of this stuff, and I understand you're very passionate about all of this stuff. But LeBron, the only time LeBron plays defense, is chase down defense, right? The rest of the time, he's got his hand in his hips, complaining. Either he's doing a Shakira dance, he's complaining to somebody.
Jordan blocked all his shots were blocks from help defense from the backside. He played the passing lane, but he also played less skillful guys. Those guys couldn't handle the rock.
Less skillful guys.
Those guys couldn't handle the rock like the Kyrie Irvings, the Allen Iversons. He didn't have that. The Steph Curry.
Let me ask you something. Is that why LeBron loses so?
Some boys didn't have no crossovers. There was no Tim Hardaway Jr.'s.
Let me tell you something.
Didn't have no crossovers, and when they started,
I had a crossover in the 90s. Look, listen to this. Tim Hardaway had a crossover.
Jordan didn't deal with none of that.
He didn't deal with Tim Hardaway. I guess when they played Golden State, I remember when Jordan came to Golden State and they played Golden State. I don't remember him skipping that game. Tim Hardaway was on the court, if I'm not mistaken.
And he gave buckets. Jordan couldn't hold no crossover. Jordan played the passing lane. He played the passing lane, and he blocked from the help side.
Is that how he won Defensive Player of the Year? Is that how he won Defensive Player of the Year?
He wasn't no one-on-one. Look how Magic was doing him. Magic was giving him buckets until he said, "What did Pat?" Go look at what Phil Jackson said. When we decided to take Jordan off Magic and switch to Pippen, that's when we took over the series. Jordan couldn't hold the players. Pippen held the
reasons. Let me tell you
all
something.
All Jordan had to do was score. He didn't have to go get 10 rebounds. He didn't have to go hold the elite guy.
How many rebounds did Jordan average for his career?
7.
Okay. What about assists?
5.
Okay, it's like 5.5 or something like that. But
5,
but you saying that he doesn't rebound. But remember, he's a shooting guard, right? And remember, this
He was
man
the
is
most
also
athletic. You playing against white boys that can't jump.
Howard. This thing works when we talk, we have dialogue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yelling at the top of your lung when I'm trying to tell you something don't help. You know, how
We
many
talking
points did
about-
Jordan average for his career? How many points did he average for his career?
30 points.
Yeah. Probably, more like 35 or close, something like that,
No, 30.1, sir.
Well, let's
He had
talk about his heyday.
He had one season where he averaged 35.
He actually had a season where he averaged 37. He averaged 37
okay,
again.
Whatever it was.
But
How many shots did he take?
Let me ask you something. Like, what does it take to win? How many shots does it take to win? How many shots does it take to win?
LeBron could have chunked the ball up every night. He didn't. He passed the ball.
Because he didn't want to win?
That's why number 5
LeBron didn't want to win?
Number 5 on the assist list of all time.
Who's number 1 in turnovers?
Okay, if you got the ball in your hand most of the game, what's going to happen?
Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Who's
leading? Who's leading in missed shots? Since y'all want to go to the longevity argument, who has the most missed shots ever?
LeBron?
Nope.
Hey, well, you sure about that?
Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Oh, I did my homework, team. I was ready for you today. Kobe Bryant. Now LeBron is close. If he plays another 2-3,
let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. LeBron's field goal percentage, right? Would dictate that he
for the career.
What is Jordan's?
49.
Okay, so that's relatively the same.
Relatively the same.
Okay, and Jordan is a shooting guard, right?
Out rebounds him and out assists him.
How many points? Like this is where you fail. This is the guy that did the heavy lifting for the team, right? This guy was also defensive player of the year, right? Not only was he defensive player of the year, he was leading scorer in the NBA the same year. So offensive player of the year. It's never been done like that before.
You know why? Let me tell you why. That year, when you go do your homework and you're a historian, this is an expansion league. That was when they added teams. Jordan got to the playoffs with a 35 win record, sir. 35 wins. He got to the playoffs. Because during the expansion team, it was a watered down league. You was playing against guys that could.
It was a watered down league. Where did those? Well, let me ask you something.
There was
where did those players come from? Where did those players come from?
They're all over the league now. Everybody can shoot. Everybody can jump out the gym. Everybody can have a rock. Jordan didn't have that coming along. Deadlift Shrimp, Jeff Hornacek, Dan Marley. Come on. These guys wasn't no elite athletic guys.
Oh my God. So what you're saying Deadlift Shrimp. Hold on. You just named off Deadlift Shrimp, Dan Marley. And Jeff Hornacek. Jeff Hornacek was lights out. He shot the lights out.
Lights out?
Okay. All right. So we're not going to have, when people are talking about Deadlift Shrimp, first of all, you need to go research who Deadlift Shrimp is, right?
I would know.
Research Deadlift Shrimp. Dan Marley that he's talking about, they used to call him Thunder Dan Marley. Okay.
Nobody in today's game.
Yeah,
back then,
I'm sure. Like, this is the funny thing.
And who he is now, he ain't even a Blake Griffin right now.
I'm gonna give you an example. This is one of the things that that's funny about this is that these kids these days they want to say, oh, the game is tougher, they're this and that. And mind you, I came up in the old school. I came up in the era of, where they hit you in the mouth and knock your teeth out, and they won't call no foul. Okay. Today, when you bring the ball up, they can't even put the hand on your hip. You know what I mean? Like when we used to bring the ball up, I used to bring the ball up, you can direct somebody and you can push them, and they won't call no foul. So when he's talking about watered down league and this and that, Michael Jordan played in the league where you drive to the basket, you try to dunk on someone, they knock you to the floor, nobody calls a foul. Something that they would throw somebody out of the game for today. Okay. LeBron, by the way, all you have to do is research his nicknames. You won't go too far before you see LaFlop.
I watched the game.
I
watched
it. Why do you think they call him LaFlop? Who nicknamed him the flop? Is it a bunch of Jordan fans got together and said, "Oh, we're gonna name him LaFlop" out of nowhere?
Let me tell you this. I can go find footage on Jordan flopping, but that didn't come to the game until Vlade Divac. Vlade Divac started the flop. LeBron didn't flop early in his career, but you can go back and look at how many plays because of his size that they don't call nothing. They would not call it for him. He getting hit in the head, hit on the arm. Because he was so much bigger, they didn't call it. So he adapted, and I'll agree with you. He flops in some occasions, but he has to, otherwise he won't get the call. Back then, when Jordan was playing, you couldn't touch Jordan.
Let me tell you something, bro.
You couldn't touch him. He was going to the line. Even Charles Barkley is on camera saying,
funny
I
enough,
know he's Michael Jordan.
It's funny enough, you couldn't touch Jordan, but I see all this brutal beatings that he took in the hands of Detroit. You just got through saying, because of him, he went crying to the he went crying to the commissioner to change the rules. Now, all of a sudden, you can't touch Jordan. All of a sudden, it was before he was getting beat up. You know what I mean? Like, which one is it?
After he cried, you couldn't touch him.
Oh, and let me, one of the things, the funny thing that people fail to realize is that NBA is a business, right? For the same reason that I complained about Bronny James, I totally understand what the Lakers are doing, right? It's totally a marketing thing, but as a fan, I'm disgusted by it, right? Especially,
I don't know why. I have no idea why you would be disgusted that a kid that performed the way he did in the Madonna's All of America and performed the way he did in the Combine got a 55th round pick and an opportunity to play in the NBA. I don't know why you're disgusted about that. I have no idea.
Can I tell you?
Please do.
Number one, if I had an opportunity to do scouting for NBA team, okay, and one of the things that you want to do is you want to do an analysis of the team, right? But if I were doing an analysis on Bronny James, and let's say my job depended on making sure that I get the things right, I wouldn't pick up Bronny James with the 55th pick. Okay, the reason I wouldn't pick him up is I can see he wasn't the best player in his high school team, and I watched Bronny James play. He wasn't the best player on his college team. Everybody watched USC. Okay. He wasn't even the second best player on the USC team. Okay. So if those players that's better than him is not even, good enough to be drafted in the 55th pick, no NBA team was going to be drafting him. And Mark Spears, Malik, you might know Mark Spears. He's on ESPN, Undisputed, on all that stuff. I saw him at the finals, when Boston was playing Golden State. He actually went to my junior college with Foothill. He's from San Jose. He played basketball at Andrew Hill back in the day. Okay. But Mark Spears was on ESPN, and he even said the same thing. He talked to two other scouts, right? And those scouts did an analysis on Bronny, and they also said nobody was going to be drafting him. Nobody was going to draft him or anything like that. If the Lakers don't draft him, nobody's drafting him. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
We don't know that.
I'm just stating. I'm giving you exactly what Mark Spears said about what those two scouts said. If those two scouts misspoke, it's on them, right?
We don't know. We also know that Phoenix asked him to come work out. Did they not?
Yeah, everybody. Shit. How many teams asked me to work out? They mean that
did they not?
Me. They don't mean they drafted me.
But why would they even look at you?
Because that's what teams do. They do
because they're considering it. They're considering it. They only invite you to work out if they're considering
you're missing the point.
drafting.
Let me talk to the people here, because I don't think you're getting it. You know, the whole thing I was telling you is that it doesn't matter. You work out for 10 different teams. It doesn't mean they're going to draft you. You know what I mean? That's but my point. My point that I was trying to get to is,
I'm not going to argue with you that LeBron did not use his influence to get Bronny into NBA.
They put conditions.
I don't deny that point.
Hey, bro, if you're going to keep on talking, I'm going to mute you, man. Come on.
Man, you can mute me all you want. I'm just saying.
When you're talking, I'm giving you the respect. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to say something, and you keep interrupting me. It's ridiculous.
Because you're going down a road that I'm agreeing with you on.
Don't agree with me. Let me finish my freaking point. Be an adult. Let me finish my point. You know what I mean?
Finish your point.
I'm letting you talk all that nonsense. I don't freaking interrupt you when you're talking the bullshit. Like, let me freaking say what I got to say.
Say what you got to say.
My time is precious. You know what I mean?
Say what you got to say.
All right. Well, then, be quiet for a minute. Goddamn.
Be quiet. I'm here to talk.
Just calm down. Calm down. Don't get your feelings hurt. I know.
I know you don't like what I'm saying, but I'm calm.
I'm the one that you're interrupting. Like, obviously, you don't like what I'm saying. Just let me talk. That's all I'm saying. All right. So, like, forget about the Bronny shit, because this nigga don't, he don't want. I'm just gonna list my GOAT shit, man, because I ain't got time for this bullshit. All right. Go ahead. 5 reasons that I'm giving you, that LeBron shouldn't even be in the same rim. It should be. We need to get past the Kobe situation before we even elevate him to this status. Because anybody with a losing record in the finals, this ain't no participation trophies. And when you're talking with people that play, child league ball, this is what you got to deal with. Everybody think that the NBA is some magical shit that everybody gets there and now it's just because you got there. Man, this people's livelihood. People lose their jobs because you lose the freaking finals. You know what I mean? People lose bonuses. You know what I mean? There's people counting on those checks. Just because this nigga don't put his son on the team, this is what I'm trying to explain to these, people that don't understand. There's people that work hard to get those freaking spots that may never get another opportunity.
I thought we was off of that.
This nigga chose to put his freaking son on there that belongs in the freaking G League, where they're going to send his ass anyways. This is what I'm trying to tell everybody.
We're not talking about Bronny.
The game is going to expose the shit.
We're not talking about Bronny.
When you do that bullshit, it don't work.
We're talking about your GOAT points. We passed Bronny.
Yeah, but
I'm waiting on it.
It's all relative because y'all don't seem to understand. What happens to the left affects to the right, and your teammates, everybody's going to recognize that shit, and it's going to be fucking anarchy. But these are my 5 reasons. Now, number 1 is the most important one. Those 6 championships. Everybody always like, oh yeah, 6. Yes, absolutely. Michael Jordan led the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA titles in the 90s, right? Securing 2 3-peats. This is what everybody felt. It's not like he won 1 year, took a year off, won another year, maybe won 2 in a row. No, this nigga came 3 in a row, knocks them out, right? If it wasn't for, it could be gambling debts, because, hey, this nigga liked to gamble. I mean, like, we got to keep it 100. I'm not one of them people that say, oh, this nigga perfect. Nigga. Jordan he smoked cigars, he chased women, you know what I mean? Like he was living like we was living, But what my point was, it didn't stop him from winning. He didn't make no excuses. He, challenged his teammates to perform at the highest level, even when they didn't.
What happened to them other than 9 years? He couldn't even get there. What happened those years?
We talk about the 6 championships.
I know, but he played 15 years.
He did 2 3-peats. Like the first 7 years, like we talked about, he was learning to win. He didn't run away. He didn't switch teams. He didn't go after another bright star. He didn't say, give me another developed star. He said, no. You know what, Scottie Pippen? I know you like a little deer in headlights. I know your knees are knocking together because you can't handle it. But you know what? Your little 7 points a game, I'm going to turn that 7 points a game into championship points. Because that's what you do, is you make people better. You don't criticize them and call them all kind of names. I can't play with them. They don't know what they're doing. No.
Who said that?
What?
Who's ever said that?
Apparently, he trades them all, but he don't say it.
He trades them.
He just go behind closed doors and trade him. Man, forget about that. I'm talking about, let me get through my list. 6 championships. Six
Now it's my
champions.
turn.
You're gonna get your turn. You keep interrupting me. I can't get through.
I haven't even interrupted you. You gave me one and then you
Six
ran off. You're
championships.
supposed
We
to be
went
giving
through
me
2,
5.
3.
You give me one
Let
and
me
you
finish
ran
my
off for
5.
one.
Let me finish my 5.
Okay, 6
2
championships. That's one.
championships. Okay, 2 3-peats. Then
Okay.
we get to 6 final MVPs. Right?
Okay.
6. You know, that means every time he showed up, right, he put on the cape. He's never had a teammate. Michael Jordan, let me say this again, has never had a teammate in the finals that averaged 20 points a game. Not even the great Scottie Pippen with his 15 points a game.
Those
right?
games went to 80 points. You remember that, right?
It doesn't matter. Jordan was still
They
getting his
wasn't scoring
35.
120.
He was
They
still
wasn't
getting his
scoring
35.
130 like they scoring now.
In the playoffs, he picks up
79
his
points,
average.
60 points.
He picks up his average in the playoffs.
He
Because
shoots
Jordan
all the
was getting that
shots.
35 in the playoffs,
He's
especially in the
taking all the
finals.
shots.
But that's why he won. See,
Okay.
LeBron will pass you the ball, then blame you for missing it. And
Blame who? Who has he
complain
ever
why.
blamed?
That's why he didn't. That's why he's
Who
4 and
has
6.
he ever blamed? Find me a statement
Wait,
on record where LeBron blamed somebody.
He was on the podcast. He was on the podcast and he
Who
said
he
it out of
blamed?
his own mouth. I will play it on here. This is how foolish he's going to look. All this shit that he's talking, I'm going to find him and play him on here.
Our first year in Miami, yeah, we had a big 3. And everyone said it's a super team this, super team that. But we had to build our team around all minimum guys, which was still okay, but we didn't fill out the complimentary guys enough. Yeah, we had Rio, we had Udonis, but we didn't have enough as far as enough complimentary guys to actually make it all work. And we still made it to the finals. And we still probably should have won the finals, but I still give credit to you. Listen, it is what it is.
Dude, I have it when LeBron, out of his own mouth, was blaming his teammates. Oh, we didn't have what it takes to win. Nigga, you was up 2-1
that
in the
includes
finals
him.
And lost.
That includes him.
Oh, but wait, so you saying he was blaming the rest of his teammates with himself included?
We didn't have what it takes.
No.
Me, myself included.
So he wasn't blaming them. He wasn't blaming them.
I can pull up countless statements where he took credibility for the loss. I know I can pull that up.
You know what else Jordan got that LeBron doesn't have? Like I'm giving you 2 things. 2 things. The list gets longer. There's a third thing that Jordan got. Jordan got 5 regular season MVP awards. My goodness, 5. Right? Like, mind you, how many years has LeBron played now? 21 years. LeBron's played how many? 21 years. So in 21 years, he's managed to have 4. Right? In 21 years.
And could have won it 8 times.
Jordan won it every single year he played.
Should have won it 8 times.
Okay, yeah.
That's a relevant pick.
Just like he should have won 10 championships. He been there 10 times. He could have won championships.
He went. No,
you know who been there 6 times and was unblemished? Jordan been there 6 times. We ain't gonna say he could have, because he did. You know what we say when we talk about Jordan? He did win it. We don't say he could have.
He did. So what y'all saying is LeBron should have lost it and not got there. He should have only got there 4 times instead of them other times where he
is that what we're talking about?
To get there, he should have lost.
You just made a statement. Like you see how you jump from subject to subject.
He took an L.
Okay, so if you want to talk about before he gets there, we talk about that. You can't talk about when he gets there. Then when I answer him when he gets there, you jump to before he got there. You said
he couldn't get
when
there.
he got there, he could have won it.
He was the better
when
team.
Jordan got there, he won it.
Who did he play?
Now it's who he played. He played the team that put in front of him. Do you select your opponent?
Supersonics, bro.
Do you select your opponent? Let me ask you, Howard, do you select your opponent? I know you select your cigarette. Do you select your opponent?
I select. No, you don't select your opponent. But what I'm saying is he did not play anybody in the finals that was up to the caliber of team that he had.
He played
the Supersonics.
Let me tell you how it works. Howard, this is how it works.
Well,
you know who Jordan played? Jordan played the team that beat everybody else on the Western Conference. Everybody. Sometimes the 60-win team. That's who he played. Everybody. And guess what? You know what? When LeBron was playing, you know what they call the Eastern Conference? The Leaston Conference. The Leaston Conference. You know why? because LeBron was the weak competition. Because when he showed up, we know, oh, we're going to run through this fool. Oh, we playing LeBron. Oh, give me a W. Shit, they out partying the night before.
Okay, so when he dropped 28 straight on the Detroit Pistons that just won a championship, that had just won a championship against Kobe Bryant, that team was the least in conference.
Why couldn't he do that? Why couldn't he do that in the finals? You know, so when he gets in the final, his booty tighten up. This is your GOAT. When it counts on the line, when the chips are on the line, your GOAT is scared. Your GOAT panic.
1 year.
Your GOAT every year. Like he's lost 6 times. He's lost more than he won.
Putting up 40 and 50 points.
If
you see your double standard.
Howard, if you got a 4 out of 10 mark. If you got 4 out of 10 mark on your test, what is that?
If
you got a 4 out of 10 mark on your test, what is that?
Double standard. You go and holler about Jordan 63 in a loss, but when I tell you LeBron was putting up 50 and 41 and took an L, oh, he lost.
Oh, but you had the nerve. You had the nerve to
root it for one side.
See, this is the point. This is my point. You had the nerve to criticize somebody that has 63 points. Oh, he lost. And then you have the nerve to bring up somebody that scored 50. Are you crazy?
All right.
What's wrong with your math? Who's your math teacher?
Let's stop right there.
Who's your math teacher?
Let's stop right there.
Who's your math teacher?
Let's stop right there. When LeBron went back to Cleveland, that first year, when Kyrie and Love was hurt,
and begged.
Points. Let me talk. LeBron scored 42 points 3 nights in a row in an L. But you know what? He should have scored. You know why?
But he still lost, 50. Right? He should have scored 50.
He still lost. He should have
scored 50. All right, so how about this? This is why, you know why he didn't score 50?
Exactly.
Because he got 1 scoring title to Jordan's 10 scoring title. That brings me next to my point. Jordan led the NBA in scoring 10 times. 10 times. Was that against?
What Phil Jackson say? Nobody wanted to play with Jordan early on. Phil Jackson had to teach Jordan how to pass the ball. Phil Jackson will tell you that. Until Jordan realized he had to.
In 21 years, LeBron can't even get the best college coach to come coach him. The college coach is taking a pay cut to go back to college. He was like, you know what? I know y'all offered me more money, but I don't want to deal with this madness. I know this fool. Like, if he is so good, why can't we get a free agent in Los Angeles? We got palm trees, my nigga. Palm trees.
Palm trees.
This background that I'm seeing you in.
What are you talking about?
Palm trees. Beautiful shit.
What are you talking about? They were just in the Western Conference Finals last year. What are you talking about?
Why can't we get a free agent? Why
and the year before that, he was hurt. And the year before that was a championship. What are you talking about?
Oh my!
You're talking about the Lakers, who was nobodies for 10 years. LeBron come there the first year they hurt.
Hey, mind yourself. We got 16 banners. We got 16 banners. I know you've been spoiled with San Antonio, my boy. I don't want to talk about my people in San Antonio. Y'all forgive me, Coach. But
what are you talking
this guy
about?
Is making me do it. But
Lakers was nobody until LBJ got over there.
He talking about our Lakers.
Lakers hadn't won nothing for years. Hadn't won nothing for years. Wasn't even competitive until LBJ got over there.
10 scoring titles to 1 of LeBron.
So you're on number 4, right?
LeBron got 1 scoring title. He's supposed to, like, this is he's got 40,000 points.
He's not a
This
scorer.
guy's got 40,000 points. Like, this is where longevity. This is the only thing that you know what? I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what medicine he rubbing on his knees. He needs to give it to everybody. Let's all rub it on our knees, because
it's just called it's called taking care of your body. It's called taking care of your body. It's called taking care of your body, not chasing women, not smoking cigars, spending $1 million on your body, eating right. That's why he's still relevant. Because he did the right thing.
Howard,
he did the right thing.
In the future, you know that 40,000 is not going to last long, because in the future, they're going to be playing 25, 27 years.
Who's going to break it?
You know what I mean? They could say they're going to.
You won't be alive when that record. Me and you won't be alive when that record.
This is how ridiculous. This is how ridiculous this is going to be. It's going to be 2 or 3 players averaging his points. 25 points a game for the next 25 years.
That record will not be broken our lifetime.
They're going to pass that over. But you know
we'll be dead.
You know what you ain't going to be able to see? Somebody that's going to be able to step in there and dominate like what Michael Jordan was able to do, winning Defensive Player of the Year plus Offensive Player of the Year like he did in 1988. You know what I mean? It was something that, in fact, do you know that he led the NBA in steals? Did you know that? He led the NBA in steals.
That's false, sir.
Steals.
That's false. Fake steals. Fake steals.
Oh,
They
it's
went back
fake.
and verified. I watched
It's
the
fake.
games.
It's fake.
I watched the games. When he go to away games, he has half the steals that he had at home. Now, why is that?
You know why?
He a different player when he goes
You know
to away
why?
games? No.
Because at the away games, let me tell you something. At home, at home, I'm 6'3". You know what I mean? And I'll tell you the truth. I ain't never been over 6'1" a day in my life. You know what I mean?
Hey, like you said,
so, what I'm saying is,
those same film guys,
the same benefit that Jordan.
You're not letting me talk now. Now you're not letting me talk.
You better believe LeBron got the same benefit.
Now you don't want me to talk. Them same film guys that you said are the best coaches, they went back and watched film and watched them give him steals that he didn't get. Them same film guys that you're talking about are better coaches. Those film guys. They went back and watched film and they was giving him steals that he didn't deserve. Come on now. That's been validated.
Let me tell you something. I'm not going to sit here and debate about steal. I'm not going to debate about steal. You know why I'm not going to debate about steal?
Are you done with your 5? Have you completed your 5?
I'm getting to it.
What number are you on?
Yeah, I'm on number 5.
Okay.
This is my defensive player of the year argument. But you were talking about steals, so I want to address that steals. The reason everybody gets the same benefit, when you're at home, that's why I tell you that I'm listed as 6'3" at home. You know what I mean? Because for whatever reason, they feel it's more intimidating, to list me at 6'3" than 6'1". It makes no sense. But the same advantage that he got, Larry Bird got, LeBron gets, Kobe got, everybody gets it. It's an NBA thing. It's not a Michael Jordan thing. They didn't do it for the Chicago Bulls. Every statistician for the NBA did the same thing. I think we just lost your boy.
Man, I didn't argue with him in person, but he's the same. Bron went on JJ Redick's podcast talking about how that Heat team didn't have good enough players, and Eddie House heard what he said and went on another podcast and lit his ass up.
Lit his ass. I got all of that. I got all of that video. That's why I'm like, he crazy. See, he like a Donald Trump. Just say any old thing. You know what I mean? You just say any old thing. Like, I'm gonna fact check you.
I like when you got him with the 63 points and Jordan didn't win. Hey, like you said, if you score, it don't matter if you score 50. If you lose, them points don't account to win.
You should have scored more.
They should have scored more. Hey, as we know, when you go overseas, if you score 60 points and lose, it's your fault. You should have scored 70. And if you don't, hey, and if they keep losing, they're going to send your ass home.
They're going to send your ass home.
It don't matter if you scored 100 points, 30 rebounds, and 50 assists. If they lose, all they looking at is losing and winning.
Thank you.
And that's what I don't understand. Yeah, of course he has the most points. He's played the most amount of years. But then you go, who got the most turnovers? LeBron. Then you're like, oh, well, he's played 30 years. Okay, yeah.
But the second, the guy that's in second place, you know what I mean? It's not like that, It's
them numbers, your numbers and your stats are supposed to equate to winning. If you're not winning, like they call them, they empty calories. You can be on a losing team and average 40. It don't mean nothing if you ain't winning.
See, it's kind of like the Bronny thing, right? I was just about to get it. I was getting them on the Bronny thing. Is like they're about to send Bronny to the G League.
They don't have no choice but to do it.
Thank you. Because it's so ridiculous for him. They wasted a draft pick on him. When they righteously could have just literally brought him in. Undrafted. They just didn't want that embarrassment.
Because it's all about LeBron. It's all about what he wants. He wanted to play with his son. He wanted to hear his son's name called. But looking at the summer league games, that kid clearly is not ready.
Nowhere near.
He's not ready. What is he shooting like 4 for 20?
Yeah,
or whatever
4 for like 22 or something. and 0 for like 12 from a three. You know,
from the
like,
three.
oh for. He
Hey,
hasn't, you
but
know.
you see how the sportscasters they want to change the narrative to his defense now.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, oh,
Yeah.
he's such a hound on the basketball.
Like,
Like,
you see him when he tried to bring the ball up. Mug ripped him,
oh yeah.
and went down and just I mean, if he's such a defender, it's 1-on-1. You should have been able to stop him then.
But like me and I feel bad for the kid because
Yeah,
he's going to get exposed,
and people
and
ain't gonna take it easy on him because they're gonna guard him a little bit harder.
no, you most definitely they are because as athletes who have played on a high level, we know we work our asses off to try to get just a shot, just a
Man,
shot. That's
like
all. And I'm not saying Bronny don't deserve a shot, but this motherfucker didn't just give him a shot; he gave him the
a
whole thing,
contract. And
guaranteed.
this is the only thing that that bothers me on the whole Bronny situation is that there's a cat on their team,
Oh, the kid
righteously.
that's playing well.
Oh my God, you know what I mean? And he's on a two-way,
And how do you think he feels?
thank you. And he can't even get on the spot. How many? And there's only limited games that you can play on a two-way. You know what I mean? They won't let you play so many games. So
Right, because they send you back, they send you down to the
they
G
send
League,
you
right?
back down. I mean, and for the whole year, you can only play so many games.
Right.
So imagine that he's going to have limited opportunity because a spot that probably should go to him is this fool's son.
Yeah, man.
And how much that hurts, man. It's like like somebody's working hard, yo. And
Oh
just
man,
that you don't get another shot. You know what I
you
mean? You
don't
don't
get
get another
another
shot.
shot. You don't get another shot. That's why guys are going overseas and getting
Man,
film. You know how we used to do? I need some game film. Just so I
thank
can,
you.
get to somebody, get a shot. Get a tryout. I'm not saying nobody's not saying that this
I don't want to
kid,
hate on him. Yeah, I'm like, I wish him the
but
best.
like you
And
said, he wasn't the best on his high school team. He wasn't the best on his college team. And where in history of basketball has somebody that wasn't the man on their high school team and nowhere near the man on their college team got drafted in the NBA?
there's a kid averaging 16 and a half points at USC. You know what I mean? 16
And
and a
didn't even
half.
get drafted.
Didn't even get drafted, bro. 16 and a half. You mean to tell me what do you tell those kids? What I mean? What do you tell those kids about working hard? You know what I mean?
Because
Can you imagine
working
like
hard
being a
obviously
coach?
don't matter. Because now it's clearly about who you know now.
Thank you.
It's not about how hard
It's
you
not
work.
about
So
how when and like what's the stop the next NBA star from trying to bully his team, into drafting his kid or taking a look at somebody he know.
oh,
You know,
you already know it's coming because part of the thing and my main issue with LeBron is this new age participation, instant gratification
yeah.
syndrome. That's why LeBron jumps from team to team. Oh, I got to be in the finals every year. These guys weren't good enough. Give me a new batch of guys. I want to pick the team, and I want this coach. And now it's the coach's fault. I can't wait to see what happens with this circus this year.
Oh
I
man.
can't wait to see it. Oh, JJ Reddick. Oh, you the fool. Like I can't believe like he went. I can't believe it because you can't tell me that he's going to do a better job than Darvin Ham did. And
Hell,
Darvin didn't really do that bad of a job. I
yeah.
mean, they made it
Darvin
to the
actually did
Western
a pretty
Conference.
decent job managing the team. Like
They made it
you
to
see
what the
clips with
Western Conference Finals the year before last, and then they ran into Denver, who they've been having problems with. They just matchup
yeah.
problems.
I mean, Denver's just a managed team. You know what I mean? Like, no ways around it. Denver's just too managed for the Lakers.
And like you said, it's clear as day. Don't nobody want to come to Los Angeles. They got the same team they had last year, and they think they're gonna do better.
Yeah, unfortunately, these management types, is it's just out of their mind. You know what I mean? They like this Laker, what's her name? Jeannie Buss.
Jeannie.
She's out of her mind. She's gotten to the point where she's just all about the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the decision that they made, it's not telling Laker fans that they want to win. They just telling Laker fans we want to market LeBron and we want to milk it all we can. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you want to win, you're not going to bring on JJ Redick. That's why what NBA free agent. Think about this for a minute,
bro. Sam Cassell
and
Mark Jackson are sitting out there.
You
don't even need to say nothing.
Yeah.
just those two names alone, and you hired a guy that coached his kids' team, and not even high on the high school level. He coached his middle school kids' team, and now he's the coach because they think he has this great basketball mind. But if he think he gonna come in there and be a hard ass and deal with all them superstars on that team, and he think he's gonna tell them something, yeah, please, they gonna have his ass up out of there, just like they had Darvin Ham, just like you said when Howard was trying to say, when has LeBron got a coach fired? Every time one's fired because he don't go and speak up for him at the end of the year.
Yeah, you're right about that because that's one thing that like LeBron is he's famous for. He sends subliminal messages through his goons. Because when he wants a coach fired, kind of like he started undermining Darvin Ham. Started undermining him, and like I saw a clip when he took the clipboard from him. Like I'm gonna draw up the play. You know what I mean? How can you do that? And of course he knows he can do whatever he wants because Darvin Ham is not gonna put up too much of a stink.
Yeah, but I bet you if you got Darvin Ham behind doors to tell the truth, he'd let you know. Because I think even I saw something where J.R. Smith kind of said kind of the same thing. Like it's hard playing with LeBron James. He even said it.
Yeah,
because it was hard for him. He got blamed for a whole lot of shit.
Oh hell yeah!
That's probably why he ain't playing no more.
Yeah,
because they made him look like he was trash.
This is the thing about LeBron. When they win, he gets the glory. When they lose, he blames all his teammates. And I'm not kidding about that. You know what happened? Man.
Hey, look at that. Just think if they had kept Julius Randle, Ingram, Kuzma, Ball. Look at all them dudes now. The only one that's really kind of ain't doing much is Lonzo, only because
he hurt.
But he was putting in work.
He was, before he got hurt, he was the man.
Right?
Your boy, it don't look like your boy coming back.
Yeah. Well, I
give him credit for showing up, though.
Oh, he was gonna show up. He was gonna show up, and he even did a little studying. But at the end of the day, we play games. Now it don't matter if you playing Monopoly, the game of life, cards, Uno, dominoes. We play the game to win.
Thank you.
I don't play dominoes and be like, we going to 150. Oh, I scored 120. You scored 150. Like I lost. Like you said, so this whole participation trophy, so what, he made it to the finals. You go to the finals to win. So you're gonna tell me, oh, I just showed up to the finals so I can lose.
And when you show up to the finals, that's when you need your best player.
That's when you need your best player.
That's when
your best play.
Man, because everybody.
You should have brought up that first year, that first year before Ray Allen saved his butt when they was playing the Spurs, and when the Spurs was just backing off of him.
Well, he interrupted so much. I had look. If you saw, like, I'm gonna post some of the stuff that that I was gonna give him. You know what I mean? He wouldn't even let me get to him because I have stuff for him where I'm like, I was gonna just list off, a bunch of shit for him because besides, like the 5, GOAT reasons, right? You know, I even put, you know, like the rebuttals to why, you know, LeBron James, you know, can't be, you know, the GOAT, you know, even to his longevity. I was like, it's the only thing that he sustained over a long period of time, you know, of course, 2 decades. You know, I have to give him that, you know. But
yeah, like you said, whatever he taking, he need to give some. He need to sell that
thank
shit.
you. And you know, he's been linked to tobacco. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
There's
wife,
Kings in the history of man. And me and you have played a lot of basketball, and I'm still running. But there's a certain you put a certain amount of miles on your body.
Oh yeah.
There's no way. There's no way you don't wake up and still be able to do the same things unless you're taking something.
Man, you know, like it's going. No, the thing is, it's going to come out. That's the funny thing is, it's going to come out. You know, everything. You know, it's going to come out, and when it's going to be a dandy when it do. You know, let's just stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, my man.
All right, man. Good talking to
sure.
you. That was good listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get them back on one day. Or one of them other ones that don't see no fault in what that man is doing.
For your foot.